Hey guys, welcome back to the messy room. It's Maya. Well, it's Thursday night, exactly 1 week since my last recording. If you are wondering why those last two videos were just posted all of a sudden, honestly, I was just throwing them out there to see if anyone would even listen. I figured it would just be me and matcha forever. But then I checked the notifications this morning and I saw 2 new subscribers and a few comments. Just 2, but it felt like a sign. It's the reason I'm sitting here again tonight. I spent that whole week in a bit of a daze, existing in autopilot mode. I still went to work, obviously, but the moment I got home, I just vanished into my blankets to recharge. But those 2 subs, they kind of pulled me back. So here we are, late, very late on a Thursday. The last 7 days have been a blur. Have you ever had one of those weeks where you master the art of looking busy? I spent most of my time at the office staring at my monitor, doing what I like to call the designer blink. It's when you stare at a single pixel for 20 minutes, nodding occasionally, so people think you are deep in thought about user friction. But in reality, you are just wondering if you turn the coffee pot off or if your cat is currently eating your favorite houseplant. I became a master of the invisible ghost routine. I walked in, I sat down, I moved my mouse around, and I disappeared into the gray noise of the ventilation system. It was the only way to survive, because a big reason for my sudden disappearance was the button. If you were here for my last entry, you remember the 45-minute quick chat from hell. The one where my boss and Jessica from marketing debated the philosophical meaning of the color blue, only to decide that a warm gray button would decide that lemongrass would somehow solve our demographics pain points. Well, let me give you the highly anticipated update on the warm gray button. Button went live last Friday, bright and early. At 9 in the morning, the client logged onto the staging link to review the changes. I was sitting there nursing a cold cup of tea, waiting for the inevitable. And oh boys, did it hit? The client didn't just hate it. They panicked. We got an all-caps email from their head of product at 9:15. I quote, "Why is the primary call to action button grayed out? Users are going to think the feature is broken." It looks deactivated. It looks like the system has given up on itself. I wanted to reply saying, "Yes, exactly. The button is reflecting our current mental state." But instead, I just typed, "Understood. Realigning internally now, dot." Then came the revision hell. Emergency meetings were called. Calendar invites flew across my screen like aggressive little birds. My boss was sweating, literally sweating through his Patagonia vest. And Jessica was in her element. She decided this was the perfect opportunity to do a deep dive audit of our entire color palette. We spent Monday through Wednesday in what I can only describe as a color psychosis. At one point, Jessica unmuted herself and said, "I think we need a color that feels hopeful but with a hint of authority, like a quiet yellow. Can we try a quiet yellow, Maya?" A quiet yellow. I literally spent 4 hours creating 50 shades of yellow. Bright yellow, mustard yellow, vomit yellow, and then quiet yellow. I don't even know what that means. Every time I showed one, she'd go, "No, that's too loud. It's shouting at the user." I wanted to whisper, but with confidence. I almost lost it. I was sitting in my ergonomic chair, staring at 50 shades of lemon, feeling my design degree slowly dissolve into thin air. I started giving the colors names in my head. Existential, Dread Lemon, Corporate Burnout Gold, Jessica's Kale Smoothie Green. And do you want to know what color we landed on as of 4 p.m. today? After an entire week of meeting spreadsheets and A/B testing that cost more than my entire tuition. Blue, we landed on blue, not just any blue, the exact identical hex code blue that I had in my very first draft 10 seconds into the original meeting last Thursday. When my boss approved the final blue today, he looked at the screen, nodded seriously, and said, "Now this is a synergistic blue. It pops. It speaks to the brand architecture." I didn't even argue. I didn't point out the hypocrisy. I just smiled, muted my mic, and let out a very long, very silent scream. A week of my life. A week of panic and revisions and circling back. And we literally just walked in a giant, expensive circle. But honestly, I'm not even mad anymore. I just find it so funny. It breaks the illusion, you know? You grow up thinking that adults in corporate jobs know exactly what they are doing. You think there is this grand, complex strategy behind every decision, but there's not. It's just a bunch of people winging it, making up words just to sound important, and moving the same blue rectangle around until everyone is too tired to argue anymore. It makes the whole corporate grind feel a little less intimidating. They don't have the answers. None of us do. We're all just trying to look like we know what we're doing while waiting for the weekend. Please, don't step on my laptop. Yes, I know your food bowl is only half full. The tragedy is immense, I realize. You're literally starving. It's a feline crisis. Just give me 5 minutes. Anyway, I'm glad I'm back. I really missed this. I missed talking into the void without having to justify my design choices. My room is still messy. My laundry is still sitting in a pile that has developed its own gravitational pull. But you know what? The button is blue. And because of that, today, for the first time in months, I did something genuinely rebellious. When the clock hit exactly 5 p.m. this afternoon, I didn't finish up one last thing. I didn't check Teams. I didn't ask if anyone needed anything else. I just closed my laptop. The screen went black, and for a second, I saw my own reflection. I looked tired, but I was smiling. I stood up and walked out. The weather outside was actually really nice. The kind of late afternoon sun that turns everything a warm, golden color. I walked to this tiny bakery down the street, the one that smells like butter and heaven. I bought an absurdly overpriced almond croissant. It was $6. $6 for flour, butter, and nuts. And it was worth every single penny. I walked to the park and found a bench near the fountain. I just sat there. I didn't look at my phone once. I watched an old man feeding the pigeons. He looked so focused, like it was the most important job in the world. I watched a runner go by, looking absolutely miserable, and I thought, friend, you don't have to do that. You could be eating a croissant. I sat there and felt the breeze. I listened to the sounds of the city, the distant sirens, the kids laughing, the birds, and I realized something. The company doesn't own my life. They only pay for 8 hours of it. The rest belongs to me. Let them panic over their synergistic rectangles. I have my croissant, I have the sun, and I have my peace. I feel so much lighter tonight. Tomorrow is Friday, and for once, I'm not dreading it. I'm going to do my work. I'm going to be a ghost, and at 5 o'clock, I'm going to disappear again. If you had a ridiculous week too, If you spent your time arguing about things that don't matter, just remember to take a break. Touch some grass. Buy a pastry. Protect your peace. It's the only thing that's truly yours. You are doing great. I hope my voice can serve as a soothing background noise for you while you're scrolling, cleaning up your own messy room, or just lying there. Finally letting the day go. Let me be your companion through the quiet and through the noise. No matter how bad today was or how many things you didn't get done, you did a really good job today. I mean it. I am Maya, and this is our messy room. Don't forget to treat yourself to a warm glass of water, and please try to go to bed early, okay? Everything is going to be all right. I wish you a very peaceful night. I'll see you in our next diary entry. Goodbye.